So, we're getting close to the last video of this series. Anyways, before I start the series, I'm going to just introduce you to people who are very keen on coming into this series. Here's keen number 1 and keen number 2. You not want to come? There he is. Okay. I'm sure I can foster the love of Shakespeare and introduce these two siblings of mine. Okay, off you guys go. So in this video, I'm going to discuss a few elements that we see in Shakespeare's tragedies and comedies. Well, firstly, what is a tragedy? It is a drama, I suppose, that in which the protagonist is overcome with some event or superior circumstance, and it usually ends in a catastrophe. The elements that are present in a tragedy, and I will take the example of Hamlet, are one, a tragic hero, and in this case Hamlet is a tragic hero, and this tragic hero is his tragic flaw, like what makes him a tragic hero, and this is a very important element of the play. And well, what is Hamlet's tragic flaw? I think it's his he's really gullible, he's really suspicious, and he has this obsession with every little detail about everything, and another element that must be present is a supernatural force, and in which case we have Hamlet's father. And in this case, this adds up to another element, which is catastrophe, right? And so catastrophe is basically an accident or unfortunate event that brings humongous conflicts. This is another element, and this is brought upon by the tragic flaw of the person or by another character in the play, which is Hamlet's father's ghost. The play must end in a huge catastrophe, and normally everyone dies, and this is what happens in Hamlet and Macbeth. Everybody dies in the end, and there might be some resolution, but the empire changes, whole way of running changes, everything changes. One of my favorite tragedies are, well, Hamlet, King Lear, and Macbeth. Romeo and Juliet is one, though it starts out being a comedy, I guess, but then things change, and then there's a catastrophe, such as the misleading of the letter, I guess, and then it ends with everybody dying. And there is a revenge factor in tragedies, which I did not mention, and this is a huge driving force behind some of the catastrophes that occur. Moreover, yeah, I've never read Romeo and Juliet, though, which is really funny because it's one of his famous plays, Shakespeare's, and I'm a huge fan of Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare's plays and works, but I have never read Romeo and Juliet, and I don't have this urge to read. I've just heard so much about it already. Anyways, moving on to comedic plays. In comedic plays, there are always puns and metaphors and insults, and this is comedy through language. And I suppose this shows that Shakespeare's sense of humor kind of shapes what ours is today, like it's kind of mine as well. And he has some great insults, man. Oh my god. This is a small book I had of Shakespearean insults. It's amazing. There is a common theme of love, which is, you can see in Twelfth Night, Winter's Tale. It's actually a very predominant theme, like recurring. It's like a driving force behind the entire play. The plot is based on love. The plots are very complex, and just when everything seems about ruined, something miraculous or magical happens. This is another element, and it all fixes itself. In Winter's Tale, there's a resurrection of Hermione. In Much Ado About Nothing, she wakes up. I don't remember her name right now. In Twelfth Night, oh my god, look at that. Cesario is not really a woman. Or a man. Whoops, it's a woman. So everything just fixes itself towards the end, and there is always a case of mistaken identity. This is so obvious in Twelfth Night, where you have Cesario and you have Sebastian, and oh my god, it's all crazy and stuff. Much Ado About Nothing. Okay, so there is, and the play always well ends in marriage, which is happiness. And that's Much Ado About Nothing. Everybody gets married. Twelfth Night, everybody gets married. Winter's Tale, Perdita gets married to the prince, and the girl whose husband was eaten by a bear gets married to the messenger of Leontes. Leontes and Hermione are back together. It's all good for everybody. Some of my favorite plays are, like comedic plays, are The Winter's Tale, Twelfth Night, Much Ado About Nothing, Midsummer Night's Dream, Merchant of Venice, that was a great play, and The Taming of the Shrew. And that's all for this one. The last one will be following soon. Goodbye for now.